Of all my dream arcade mashups, Smash TV meets Gauntlet is close to the top. I've always enjoyed dungeon crawlers, and the thought of dual-stick shooting my way through hordes of medieval monsters sounds like a recipe for awesome. At least that's what I thought before playing Skyflower, out now on Steam Early Access. Although budget-priced, this retro-inspired shooter proves once again that you need more than a great premise to have a fun action game. You play one of 3 characters who runs around a small level shooting 8-bit baddies and picking up money, health, and power-ups. The idea is to kill as many enemies as possible and jump through the exit, where you'll be swept away to the next procedurally generated stage. On paper, this is a blast. There are a lot of different bad guys to take out, and the action often strays into bullet hell territory. It also has a fun old-school look, which should be right up my alley. And don't forget the impressive power-ups, which can make a huge difference in a tough situation. All these things lead to a game that is as tense as it is fast-paced. There's just one problem. The game is nearly impossible to control without a gamepad. Currently, players fight through the levels using a mouse and keyboard, which is the absolute worst way to enjoy a bullet-hell dual-stick shooter. The Unrelenting Action has a tendency to quickly spiral out of control. Man, it's the unwieldy mouse and keyboard controls that are often to blame. But even if gamepad support was patched in, I have a hunch Skyflower would still come up short. Between the cramped stages and speedy enemies, I found getting around to be a real pain. Worse yet, the random layouts will often allow enemies to sneak around you and get a few cheap shots. The result can be a lot of frustrating deaths. The worst of these deaths came right after beating the boss for the first time. The game presented 2 valuable upgrades to choose from, but doesn't pause the action long enough to let you make an educated decision. I died before the match even started, sending me right back to the beginning of the stage. These kinds of deaths add up, and have a real potential to leave a bad taste in your mouth. That said, there's still quite a few things I like about Skyflower. I'm a big fan of the boss designs, as well as the goofy power-ups. I also like that every character has their own special ability that charges up throughout the match. And even though I can never get it to work properly, I like that the developers are gearing up for online multiplayer support. The great ideas are only hinted at in this build, but at least I see the outline for a fun dual-stick shooter. In its current state, Skyflower is disappointingly frustrating and in desperate need of gamepad support. As much as I love both Gauntlet and Smash TV, I have a hard time recommending this mashup. Hey, thanks for watching my review. This game got me in the mood for a good dual-stick shooter, so I'm happy to see Geometry Wars 3 make its way to the PS Vita. I'm hard at work on a bunch of new reviews, and don't forget to check out my recent take on Numa, Breath of Life, and Streets of Fury EX. Oh, and we also took a look at 5 Mega Man games that should not be rebooted. So go ahead and click on the subscribe button and leave a comment below. I'll see you soon.